Hello, YouTube, once again. I've decided to dub myself the awkward trans chick because I know how much I ramble on the random stuff because I just feel super awkward sometimes and don't always know what to say or do, or I get lost in tangents and places and all these things. So, the awkward trans chick is here, and I want to tell you a story today. So this isn't trans related. It's not like a transition story, right? I want to tell you about my greatest ally and how to be a perfect ally altogether. All right? So, I'm going to talk to you about my daughter, Emma. She is the most amazing young woman ever, right? So, this girl's about to be 15 years old. Birthday's coming up in just a few days, as a matter of fact. But she is just amazing, right? So, I'll start with like our past relationship. So we've always had a good relationship. We've gotten along really well. Um, we never talked a lot about tons of things. Trying to get information out of, what a kid was, like trying to pull teeth out of a shark. She just wasn't very forthcoming with a lot of information growing up. And I get it, which is fine. She has a personal space and try to leave her that. But it makes things difficult, right? She is not difficult, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm always trying to have that bond there. The most thing that we had is throughout her years growing up, then I would tickle her. That was just a thing. Like, hey, baby, come sit with me. She could sit with me, and then I just tickle the crap out of her. It's just a thing that we did. I don't know. Thing that I did to her. I don't know. It was one of our things, was tickling. Maybe she's meant that tickling was our thing. So, for many years, working to build this relationship and strengthen our relationship together and find ways to do that, um, it was just hard to connect sometimes. Love her to death, always be there for her, but you always very reach to mom, which is fine, It's not a competition. She's more comfortable with her other mom in certain situations, with mama, certain situations. That's fine, really cool. So let's fast forward now, slash, still go back in time. Fast forward to not as far back in time. Whatever. So let's move ahead in the story. All right. And I started coming out as trans to various people and to my wife and to friends and things like that. And I decided it's time to tell Emma. Right. So, excuse me, fine. So we just got done cleaning out this house and we're kind of sitting on the floor because there's no furniture in there anymore. And I was like, well, Emma, me and your mom need to talk to you. So we're gonna sit down and just kind of have a conversation real quick, right? And so I was like taking breaths. So I was like, I don't know how she's gonna react. I didn't expect a bad reaction, but I always anticipate the worst reaction. Like I expect the worst and hope for the best is the way that I've lived my life, generally speaking. So um, we're sitting on the floor, and I was like, okay, well, and I start talking about feelings and how I feel inside. And then I tell her like, well, I'm transgender, and I am transitioning to become the woman that I know I am inside. And her response couldn't have been more perfect. Let me see if I can remember this verbatim. Okay. Backtrack, mental note. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so verbatim, she goes, "You're gonna be a girl." Hands down, the best response I've ever gotten from coming out to anybody, and I've had some good responses, but hands down, best response that I've gotten. And it blew me away immediately. She was just, from the get-go, just super accepting, just right off the bat. And like since then, our relationship has skyrocketed. At least I feel it has. I've seen my hair in the mirror going, oh, but my hair. But just kind of skyrocketed. And we started to talk more and bond more and just stay in touch with each other a lot more often and have these conversations, and it's been amazing. I freaking love it. I couldn't be happier. So fast forward a little bit further into the past, but not as far. Anyways, fast forward a little bit, and now a little more backstory. I'm out, I'm all over the place. So whenever I pick Emma up from school in her very country town she lives in, there's nothing wrong with the country town. Grew up in a country area. Love the country. I do. This particularly is a town that I haven't necessarily felt safe, that I'd be safe in as myself, as a trans woman. Just not a lot of good experiences in that town. But when I would go pick her up from school, then when I pick her up, I'm there plenty early, and then when the bell rings, people start coming out, then I stand outside the vehicle, and I give her a hug and a kiss, hey baby, and then I get in the car and go, right? It's just the way I've done it every single time. And so the last time, right before I came to Korea, where I'm now, so now we're like last week in March time frame, then I do it again, same normal routine, no big deal. Nothing happens from it, okay? So then, a little farther ahead, now we're about 2 to 3 weeks later than that, and I'm here in Korea, just getting settled in and everything, and I get a call from my wife, and she lets me know. She's like, "Hey, so you should probably know that Emma's been getting bullied at school a little bit." Excuse me? Mama Bear starts coming out. Who is messing with my baby girl? And which seems it's odd because her mama, who we're talking to, I'm mom, she's mama. Talking to her mama, she's super mama bear, she's more mama bear than I am. She will burn your house down. Don't you mess with her daughter. So, but she seems a little more reserved with the subject matter, which struck me as odd. So I'm like, what's going on? Tell me about it. Tell me what's happening. And she starts telling me, she's like, well, and she simply says, do you remember the last time you picked up Emma from school? And then I just start playing it back in my head. I was like, okay, so. And immediately I was like, oh my God. And I realized, looking back on that scenario, that there's one major difference in that scene that I didn't catch. So normally when I would pick up Emma, then I'm wearing boy stuff, right? Picking a teenager up from high school. She's never asked me to do that. She's never asked me to masculinize and pick her up. I just know how much some high school kids can be very jerks, and I didn't want to subject her to that, right? But this time, I forgot. I forgot to take me off and put on more male-looking attire and not wear makeup and all these things. But I forgot to do that, and I realized that's what happened, and immediately felt miserable. I was like, oh my God, she's being bullied because of me. Oh shit! And then I immediately got on the phone and I started messaging her. I was like, Emma, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot to do this. I forgot to take off the makeup. And I forgot to do this. So I even stood outside the vehicle, and you came up and you gave me a kiss and gave me a hug. It didn't even phase you anything, and I was just apologizing profusely. I'm so sorry, you're getting bullied. I'm so sorry I subjected you to this. I'm so sorry that you're receiving this because of me. And this girl. So she cuts me off. She's like, Mom, no, you don't get to be sorry. Okay, you have nothing to be sorry about. And so those people that were my friends, those people that said those things, they are terrible human beings and they are bigots, and they're not my friends anymore. And I told them that. So you be proud of who you are. I'm proud of who you are, Mom. And like I'm, woo, tears, just getting welled up. Like, oh my God, my baby. Baby's a grown-ass woman more than most grown-ass women are. And she didn't even she wouldn't have even told me because she wasn't trying to seek approval or to brag about anything. She was like, no, this is garbage. The right thing to do is to shut you up about saying these garbage things about someone I love. There was no intent of even saying anything to me because it wasn't anything she needed to say or brag about. She's like, I witnessed terrible behavior, and I had to put a stop to it. And how adult is this at the time 14-year-old, this now coming 15-year-old? How adult is that? Oh my, it's crazy to me. And I'm so epically proud of her that she would, in high school, with nobody else there for her to put a show on for or anything, not that she would, she defends what she believes in. And she believes in her mom. And so she defended me. She dropped friendships for me. And she is just so freaking amazing. So wonderful. And I am blessed. Blessed. Me and her mama are blessed beyond anything we can by having the children we do. And I love you. Emma, you see this? You are an amazing baby girl. I am so proud of you, and I am so eagerly await to see how much farther you bring with life. If you're already this far ahead at your age, my God, what you have the power to become as you get older. And how much influence you're going to be able to have with that level of determination. You know, and it doesn't even stop there for this young lady. So she can easily post on Facebook. So she's straight. From what she's told me, she identifies as straight. Constantly putting like rainbow makeup on, you know, talking about love is love, and just in the face of everyone, and like, no, I care about you. And how she's come to bat for her cousin, her other family members, that she will not hesitate to go to bat for somebody she loves, no matter what. That is an ally. She didn't need me to be there to see it. She didn't need anyone to be there to see it. She didn't need someone to say good job. She didn't need accolades. She didn't need me to feel bad about putting her in that scenario. To her, it was like, no, you don't get to apologize because you have nothing to apologize for. You don't have to apologize for who you are. They have to apologize for being bigots and judging someone for who they are. It doesn't affect them. This girl. To this day, I'm amazed by her constantly, and I adore her. And when I was that age, I wish I was the woman she is at her age. I wish I had the strength that she has at her age. So that's just a little story I wanted to share. Emma, baby, I love you so much. Me and your mom both love you so very much. You are a powerhouse of love and caring, and that protection you like to put on your loved ones and your friends and your family. Never stop that. Never let anyone diminish your light. You are so amazing, my baby girl. I love you. And YouTube, y'all have a great day.